Hello, my name is Ayma Fawad, and I'm presenting from Bellevue, Washington, with the guidance of my mentor, Jacole Bridges. I'm passionate about neuroscience and specifically interested in understanding brain development and neurological disorders in children and adolescents. These topics have historically been surrounded by stigma, but recent advances in neurological research are uncovering some groundbreaking insights that could change the way we approach healthcare, education, and other applications of developmental neuroscience in the future. Through my research, I aim to contribute to this new wave of knowledge by exploring how epigenetics and trauma in mothers affect the manifestation of transgenerational trauma and the brain anatomy of offspring. Trauma, defined as exposure to deeply distressing or disturbing events, can have long lasting impacts on an individual's mental and physical health. Common manifestations include social withdrawal, delayed PTSD responses, and impaired daily functioning. With over 70% of people experiencing trauma in their lives, understanding its effects is crucial. Researchers have observed evidence of transgenerational trauma, which occurs when the effects of trauma are passed down through generations, not just through learned behaviors, but via genetic markers. This inheritance can manifest as individual or familial trauma, occurring through modified gene expression from parents with trauma, or cultural or historical trauma, referring to the long term effects of cultural oppression and events affecting descendants in profound ways. Epigenetics refers to how environmental factors influence gene expression without altering the DNA sequence. This process includes mechanisms like DNA methylation, histone modification, and RNA signaling. For example, the NR3C1 gene, associated with stress resilience, can undergo epigenetic changes due to trauma, leading to long lasting effects. Epigenetics impacts may be passed down through generations, and it plays into transgenerational trauma when the trauma is around environmental factors. Transgenerational trauma can lead to significant biological changes in offspring, including altered metabolism, impaired stress response, and hypervigilance. One key area affected is the amygdala, a brain region critical for emotional regulation, which could be smaller and less functional in those exposed to trauma in utero. This influences cognitive and emotional abilities, including memory, stronger anger or sadness, and social interactions. Research into transgenerational trauma has utilized various methods, including behavioral observations, brain imaging, and biological testing. Animal models have demonstrated that trauma effects can be passed down through multiple generations, resulting in significant biological changes like glucose dysregulation and abnormal brain development. The implications of transgenerational trauma are profound, particularly in the social and cognitive challenges faced by offspring. Understanding the molecular underpinnings of this trauma is crucial for developing effective interventions. Current treatments include cognitive behavioral therapy, exposure therapy, and medications like sertraline. We can continue to evolve such treatments through continued research. In conclusion, transgenerational trauma represents a complex interplay between genetics and environmental factors, affecting up to 4 generations. The biological and psychological impacts are significant, underscoring the need for continued research and targeted interventions to mitigate these effects. Thank you for listening to my presentation.